No echo?
No.
Okay. I mean, I don't mind it just being like this. Yeah, it's not a problem. If you're not hearing echo, it's alright.
Okay, no, we're good.
Yeah, is my is like the sound, does it sound fine to you?
It sounds fine. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I actually didn't review over the questions. This
that's
is gonna
okay.
be a conversation, I guess. As long as you got the question list, we go over this.
Yes. So let's just do the conversation, right? So,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Like, what made you want to start doing a podcast? Like, who's your inspiration? I'm guessing Joe Rogan, Mike
Uh,
Tyson, one of those two. No.
no, it's just I want to showcase, like, it's just, I don't have any inspiration or anything. It's just because I see so many people around me, and then everybody is just, doing something very different in their field. So
Right.
it was just like a thought, why not the showcase this to everyone, like to the other people, like what other folks are doing, and maybe somebody get inspired. Somebody might be searching for something, some sort of advices or something, and they want to get into the same field. So it's a great place that somebody could learn something from other
Yeah.
people,
That
right?
makes maybe everybody got a story. Yeah. Have you done
Uh,
this with anybody else? From like
yeah.
Georgia or anything? Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Who
yes.
else you do it with?
So this one guy that, okay, just one second. I'm just checking. Okay, it's also
I
going
think you.
live. So if somebody could message, then I can see their message or chats, and then I'll shoot you like this is what they're saying, so you can reply to them as well.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Sorry, you were saying? What were you saying?
Yeah. Who else from Georgia's or who else have you done this with actually?
Oh, from George's? No, you're the first one that I'm doing the martial arts one. The one I did before, he's a naval officer. And I got one guy who is like an architect, like a software architect. So,
Hey, dope.
and
Me
then
too. Or kind of.
you're good. You're kind of what?
Or like I do architect. I work for architecture.
Like a software architect or
Yeah.
like
Like
the construction?
design engineer.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not
Yeah.
know
It's
this.
dope.
So we're going to talk about this as well.
And we can talk about that later. But like going back to who else have you so you said a naval officer, an architect, and who else?
Oh, and then you.
Oh, sweet, nice, nice.
Yeah.
I'm early on this. Good, it's good.
Yes. So,
You
yeah.
plan on
Say it again.
doing with any, you plan on doing the podcast with anybody else from Georgia's?
Um, I will ask them. There's one guy, I forgot his name. He actually said yes, he'll do it with me. He's also making like a lot of videos. He has his own gym, and then he's getting.
Oh, nice.
Have you seen Street Beef, the YouTube channel?
Yeah, I used to have that playing on the side all the time. Like I would be doing when I was in college, right? I'd be
Uh-huh.
doing work on one side of the screen. I
Uh-huh.
have the street beefs just playing on autoplay on the side.
So I don't know. I'll let you. I'll show you that guy. There's this guy that comes to the gym. He's not from our gym. He just come there for the sparring on Saturdays. He's
Yeah.
the one who started that, and he's the one that pitches that idea of street beef to some of the people who have money, and they kind of said, "No, it's stupid. It's not gonna work." And then he kind of started it, and it went really. It just picked off, and then they took over. They said, you know what, we're going to increase the production quality and blah blah blah. And then that's how the whole street beef started. So he got the idea. He's pretty creative, and then he has his own gym now, and he's working on, like, he hired some professional photographers and videographers to shoot some commercials for him, and he's gonna bring in more just the amateur people to fight in his gym cage, and then they're gonna videograph them and just start off his own show. So he's working on that. He said probably by end of December something you would see that.
That's cool. That's cool. I didn't know street beefs came from. I didn't know it comes from Texas. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yes,
That's dope.
right?
I actually went to one of their events.
You
Um,
did?
it was like 2 or 3 years ago. It was over in Denton.
Okay.
Um,
But like you just
yeah,
went to
we went
see
to.
or to watch, or like you participated in that?
I would have loved to participate, but no, I just came to watch. They had MMA and boxing.
Yeah, they get fighters from every different fields. Like I've seen Taekwondo guys, I've seen Kung Fu, not Kung Fu guys, but I've seen Muay Thai guys, I've seen MMA fighters. So how do you go into that? Like how do you apply to that, to the street
Oh
beef?
no, I don't know how to like get into a fight or anything, but I guess you just DM their one of their accounts. I think they have like regional accounts depending on like where you're at,
Okay.
where what region you're in. I think they have a like a East Coast or a West Coast street beefs. They're like different areas.
Okay.
I think you just message the region whichever you're in,
Uh-huh.
You ask them if they have anybody who's like willing to pair up in a fight with you. But dude, yeah, you ever thought about doing it? And I know we all thought about doing street beefs. No way,
Thought
bro.
about it, but I first want to do my amateur fight here, like from the Georges. So when George gives me a green flag, he says, "Yeah, okay, go ahead, you can participate." I'm gonna participate sometime early next year for sure. So I'm
Yeah,
training for
take
that.
take take your time. Wait, how long have you been doing like fighting in general? How long have you been
Uh,
doing it?
about like 8 or 9 months.
8 or 9 months. Okay, so you're relatively new.
Yeah, competitively,
There,
yeah.
there's people there who've been doing MMA and like fighting. They've been fighting for like two or so years. They still
Uh,
haven't done any amateur fights. So just take your time, dude.
Right. No, so everybody I know who fights, like I don't know if you want to call that an amateur fight, but like, in the DFW Combat Gym in the downtown, they go there and fight. Everybody I know, at least from George's gym, they have at least 3 or 4 years of experience, and that's when they decide to do it. I know a couple of guys who were fighting before, like Chris, Christian. So he's
Oh yeah.
been fighting for 9 years or 10 years probably. Then he took some time off, and then he's getting back to it. And then he has his fight on November 2nd.
Hey,
So
sweet, nice.
right before your birthday.
Yes, sir.
Right, I remember your birthday. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we have Jared here, who's a sweet friend of
Hello,
mine,
hello.
and we met each other at one of our fighting gym at the MMA gym, and then we know each other because we were sparring, and that's how we just got to know each other. We got to talk, and then I appreciate him, and it's been an honor because he said yes to come to this podcast and just share his martial arts journey. So thank you so much, Jared, and welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. So, okay, so this is for everybody who's watching or gonna watch in the future. Tell us about yourself, a little bit about yourself for people who don't know, and your martial arts journey, how long you've been doing this, and what kind of martial arts you do.
So, yeah, I've been doing martial arts since I could speak English, basically. Yeah, it was pretty. It was like the first sport that I really like clicked with the most, right? Like I played some soccer also. I even tried baseball. I was awful at baseball, but the one that really just clicked to me was just fighting. I just love fighting.
How,
It's just a sport that comes very natural to me.
how old were you when you like got introduced to fighting, or who introduced you to fighting?
My pops, yeah, he used to do karate before I was even born.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I started when I was 7. I'm 23 now. I'm about to become 24. So I've been fighting for most of my life, pretty much. Yeah, like more. I'm
Nice.
almost like 3/4 of my life. Dog's barking in the background.
That's okay.
You can't hear that, can you?
I can hear him, but
You
that's
can hear
okay.
it.
It's not
Okay,
that
okay.
loud. But like,
Yeah.
was he when he was doing karate, was he just doing it for himself, or was he fighting, or doing it professionally, or teaching it?
He was just doing it for himself, but he was pretty good. He could probably. I want to say he could beat me, but I'm just too fat. He's an old man, and like, but
But
like when it
like,
comes to like fight knowledge, I think he has me beat on that still.
of course. And then I know there
He's an
are
old man.
different schools of karate. We have like Okinawa and different schools. Like, do you know which specific type of karate he was into?
No, no, it wasn't. I don't think it was part of one of those like really big federations
Ah, okay.
that are like well known, but it was more like recreational karate. But
Okay, but that's how you got into the world
yeah,
of martial arts. And what was your first martial art that you got into?
it was just MMA.
Just MMA. And
Yeah,
then
MMA,
how did you learn it?
kickboxing.
Like, was he teaching you this, or you were learning on your own? Um,
No, I went to a school called Dallas Martial Arts Academy over in Plano.
okay.
I mostly took like the kickboxing classes. Those were my favorite. I
Hmm.
did a little bit of the grappling classes. Oh, those were cool too. I know a little bit of basic stuff on grappling. Mostly since I like being up on my feet, right? My most thing that I'm best at grappling is not getting taken down. I don't like fighting on the ground, you know.
Right.
Like think about it, if you're in a street fight, right? It's not natural to be fighting on the ground, like you know, like Let,
Precisely.
let's say you did get into a street fight and then you get taken on the ground. Like anybody can just come and pounce on you. You want to stay on your feet as much as you can. So
Precisely. For
yeah, like
one, it's a solid concrete road, and second, if there are two of them and you're just grappling with one, you're done. The second
yeah,
one is just
you're just
gonna.
gonna get jumped.
Right.
That's just it. Like
Makes sense, makes sense. And then, okay, so you said just for everybody who's watching it, maybe they don't know what's the difference between like kickboxing and what grappling really is. So could you just like elaborate on that?
what our grappling was over at that gym, it was mostly how to manipulate your opponent when while they're on the ground or whenever you're in a certain position in order to either get out of a certain um let's say they got you in like a certain hold or they got you in a position that you don't want to be in.
Hmm.
So how to get out of that position, how to escape that, how to defend yourself against takedowns, different types of takedowns, how to
Hmm.
defend yourself against,
And
like
a
let's
lot of
say
folks, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
let's say like they go for a double leg takedown. We learn how to like sprawl and all that to just try to get away from um, like certain yeah, just prevent yourself from getting taken down. That was the main thing I remember. We learned a lot more stuff. We learned how to do stuff on the ground, but those are the things that stuck to me the most. Just not get
Right.
taken down.
And then a lot of people might have heard the name BJJ or the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So is there any difference between BJJ and grappling?
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's a lot more technical than the grappling that we were doing. I mean, technically, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a type of grappling. Wrestling and is all that's grappling. All of that is grappling.
Okay,
But
makes
um,
sense.
the grappling that I was doing, it wasn't too in depth like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was. It wasn't that technical. If it was, I'd probably be a lot more comfortable on the ground. I have
Right,
a very good frame for wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's just not. I just don't like doing it. I
right.
just like. I just feel comfortable like standing up. I like moving around. I'm actually a before I was injured, I was actually a very mobile fighter. I wish you could have seen that. I used to be jumping around all over the place. It was freaking amazing.
Okay. And so ethnically, you're a Filipino, right?
Yeah, that's
So
right.
were you born here in the US or were you born in the Philippines and then moved to here?
I was born in the Philippines.
Okay.
Um, I moved here when I was very young. I think I was like 11 months,
Oh,
but
okay.
that didn't really last long. After 9/11, I ended up moving back to the Philippines. I actually don't even remember moving here when I was much younger. I didn't even, I just remember growing up in the Philippines because I think I was only here for like 3 months
Okay.
when we
And
first moved
then
here because
when did you
9/11.
move back to US?
When I was like, oh, I was almost 6. Like, I was still pretty young.
Okay.
But
But
I still
then,
remember the Philippines. It was a different place.
yeah, so do you
So,
still go back? Like you have family in there or now you haven't been to Philippines in long?
I've been back a couple times. I actually went back last December. It was nice.
Okay,
Good to be
so
back.
what is the like what is Philippine likes? And I know Philippines national art or like the martial art that Philippines or the Filipino people use is the Kali, I believe, right? They have that stick fight. It's called
Oh
Kali,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
Eskrima.
Eskrima and Kali, yeah.
Yeah.
So could you tell a little bit about like have you had experience with that or have you seen that fighting or do you know somebody who
You,
does that?
you see it all the time in the movies, all right?
Right. Yeah.
Every time you see somebody fighting with two swords or anything, they always be doing that same movement on there because it just looks cool.
Right.
If y'all have seen them, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are familiar with Deadpool, right?
Yes.
You know that thing that he does with the two swords, that little movement he does.
Mm-hmm.
That's all from the Kali style fighting. It's because it's like a it's the way we see it is kind of like a very hard to get past defense because
Right.
there's always something striking at you. Like you don't get a moment of something not coming at you.
I
So
know.
it's
And just so everybody would know, the fighting that you see in movies is far from reality. That's not how in you fight in real life because fighting in movies is very flamboyant. Like you gotta show the
Yeah,
moves.
it's
It's very
very true.
exaggerated and very big movements. While in real life, you wanna do as little movement as possible, and you wanna be as quick as possible, right?
For sure.
So,
But if you do happen to have two swords or two sticks, like that movement will work. It
true.
absolutely will work. Like,
So,
because you always have a moment, you always have an opportunity to strike, and you
yeah.
always have a free hand to block or to strike a second time.
Hmm.
And the flow of the flow of your hands will always be able to uh to react to something or to strike at something. Right? So it's a very efficient style of like stick fighting.
But do you think this style would work whether you have sticks or whether you have swords or whether you have two knives in your hand? Would that work the same way?
It would work with any two like long weapons or yeah, even short weapons, even hands actually.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay. And okay, so you said you have like because you lived in Philippines as well, so you have seen that lifestyle, that kind of country lifestyle, and then you have been in US, so you have seen this. What do you think from just from your perspective? What's the biggest difference and like how Filipino culture is very different from the American culture?
it's a lot more difficult. I mean, like people work like 10 times harder than us to just end up with 10 times less than us.
Oh, yes, true. And what's the like the I would say most famous or like what occupation does people usually do? Is it just farming or like is it because many people's knowledge of a certain place or a certain country comes from movies and TV shows. So and then that's not usually true. Because in the movie you only show just one perspective. So with
Yeah.
Filipino, right, I'm pretty sure unless you have been to Philippines or Filipino culture, majority of the knowledge is in Philippines. You have these trees everywhere, and majority of people are just farmers, and they just do farming, and that's pretty much it. So, but you can shed more light onto the Filipino culture and what exactly it is.
Um, on part of the places, most of the people they are doing a lot of that farm work and all that.
Mhm.
That's like from my father's side all the way up until as far as like generations can go back. We've probably been farmers.
Okay,
Like even
that's
I've been working the field, so
yes.
yeah, yeah. We've been working the field for as far back as I can remember, or as like history can remember. So.
But I think it has its
Um,
own perk, even though like I know you're not getting as paid for the amount of work, like just like you said, you would do something in US, but it makes you physically and mentally more tough and more resilient, and you're closer to the nature, right?
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Right? Yeah. Okay. And so describe like I know you told me this that you still work on the farm, right? You have this farm where you still doing certain things. So what's the life look like on a farm?
It's no, it's not really like we're not making a bunch of like produce for like commercial uses. It's just recreational stuff. We just have a bunch of animals over there we take care of. We have some trees over there that we take care of.
Hmm.
It's mostly just like lifting like big sacks of like animal feed and putting them into like these automatic feeders that we created. We made everything from scratch over there.
Oh,
Or
nice.
almost everything from scratch. Those automatic feeders that we made,
Uh-huh.
they're not doing too great. They're not doing too great. We had to buy one of those like big deered feeders that sprinkles it around everywhere and it has to be timed
Right.
because our rabbits are just eating the food way too fast. They they, they,
True.
they, they dig all the food out of the thing and it's just gone. It's just sprinkled all over the ground. So those weren't working. So we had to rely on like time feeders. But yeah, most of the stuff has to do with just like shoveling stuff. There's a lot of like feces over there. We have to shovel. I have to shovel it. My dad's not really helping me with that.
Right.
Um, I have to shovel it into these buckets and like carry those buckets over to a wheelbarrow, fill that wheelbarrow up, dump it into wherever it needs to go.
Hmm.
Um, make sure all the watering systems are working. Sometimes the watering things break, so I have to repair those. Like put the like there's a bunch of like piping over there. I have to put all the pipes back together. make sure the water cups they drink out of are dispensing properly and not overflowing,
Right.
or else all the water in those barrels just go to waste. And
Okay.
mostly just maintaining and repairing and building and yeah,
Yeah,
feeding.
so think about this. Majority of people here in the States, they're not prone to or they're not used to do a lot of work with their hands, right? And as a martial artist, it requires like martial arts is all about speed and dexterity, like the techniques you do, and then how well you can do that.
It's all about here.
It's all about the mind as well, right? But
Yeah.
somebody who has been worked in the on the farm, like you said, all the generations in your family, they have worked in the farms, and you also do martial art. Do you think you get a bit of an upper edge because you do a lot of work with your hands, and then you work really hard more than other people put in the work? So does it give you any edge in the martial arts specifically?
There is a lot of people that work a lot harder than me at the moment. Well, okay, maybe before, before I was like working with my engineering and all that.
Hmm.
I was training my ass off, but right now I've kind of been slacking. I've also been slacking because of my diet. I haven't been training as much, but it gives me an edge physically. I'm much faster than like 95% or 95% of the fighters that I see out there, especially now that I'm lighter. I'm
Right,
extremely fast when it comes to like striking. That's also another reason why I don't like being on the ground. I want to abuse my speed if I can.
right.
I'm like ridiculously strong for my size when it
Hmm.
comes to like striking power.
Hmm.
I think I could in all honesty, I think if I were to trade blows with Canelo, I would win. He's a better boxer than me though.
Uh-huh.
Like he's more skilled of a boxer than I am. His reflexes, like his boxing, how do I say this? Instinct. Like his boxing instinct is better than mine because he's been doing it for a lot longer.
Right.
But when it comes to just stats, like I'm way stronger than him and I'm
Mhm.
way faster than him at the same weight. So I think I could if I just became better at boxing, I could take him like
That's nice.
100%.
That's nice.
Like it's
You just said that back when you were doing your engineering, right? Did you do bachelor's or the master's? Uh,
bachelor's.
bachelor's in you said structural engineering, I believe,
No,
right?
mechanical. I just ended up in structural.
Oh, okay, mechanical engineering. So tell us about that time when you were, how did you, like, what was your routine like at that time, and when was this? And like, how did you manage your studies along with, you said you were working your ass off, so pretty sure you were working, you're going like full throttle on your training. So what
Oh yeah.
exactly your training looked like in that time?
Actually, my training at that time it wasn't a lot. It wasn't very MMA focused. It was more just gym focused, like lifting,
Okay.
just keeping my like my physical strength up in check. My
Mm-hmm.
cardio, it was decent then. It wasn't very great. I think I did go spar with one of my buddies. He actually went to Georgia at that time also.
Okay.
His name's Assad. He's a very good fighter.
Okay.
Um, we used to spar like about maybe like once every other week or every week.
Mm-hmm.
We actually had this thing, right? So I was lifting, and then every Saturday or every other Saturday, me and him would host a boxing training and sparring session with a bunch of newbies. But
Okay.
like we would basically just train these random people in boxing.
And were you making money out of it?
No, 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 we were doing it for free. It was like
It
a
was just for
charity
fun.
thing. First, it was just me and Assad. We had a place where we could just spar every Saturday.
Not nice.
It was the old Taekwondo place we used to work at and train at. They let us use the gym every Saturday, and then some other people were just like, "Hey, can you train us?" And we started training these people
Nice.
how to box as well, and started making them like spar each other as well. It was pretty cool, like a boxing club, you know.
Right, yeah, it's like your own fight club. There's no rules to this club, and then you
Yeah,
gotta
kind of.
train,
Yeah,
you gotta,
yeah. It was
yeah, that's nice. A
boxing
good
club.
times, right? So what is, okay, so now just so everybody know about this, many people doesn't know. So Jared here, he's on a nomad diet, and what nomad is Jared, you explain what nomad is. I'm probably gonna miss out some details, and then how long have you been doing your nomad diet and when it's gonna end, and what is the achievement, the final goal you are trying to do with this nomad diet?
Okay, it's today is October 27, 2024.
Yes.
I have not eaten food. I have not drunk anything other than water and salt
Since when?
since September 22, 2024.
Yeah.
So let me see. I believe I have 7 days left, so I've been fast. I haven't eaten any food or drank anything other than water and salts for 33 days now. I'm going up until 40 days.
40 days. So
It's
nomad basically means no
yeah,
meal at all,
no meal, no
right?
nothing, no
So,
nothing.
and then how much did you weigh when you started on September 22nd?
I was 201 pounds.
201 pounds. And how much do you weigh right now?
I weighed in this morning like 162.
Oh, oh man.
So
Okay.
yeah, I
And
lost
what
39 pounds in 33 days.
nice. And do you have a goal weight that you want to achieve, or 162 is a good weight, or you want to
Nah, I
drop some?
want to be the same weight as Canelo.
Okay, and then you said on no, until November 3rd you're gonna continue this, right?
Yeah. November 3rd is gonna be when I'm gonna eat my first meal, and it's probably gonna be some sort of. I don't even know if I can eat actually. I might have to like drink some sort of broth or some sort of soup or some or yogurt.
Yeah.
Now
And
I wish if I could I would eat a full buffet of like some sushi or like some fried chicken or some. Man, I got food all over my Instagram feed. My browser's full of food, and you have no idea how much I just want to eat some like delicious food. It's not like that I'm. It's not like I'm starving right now. It's just like I just miss the craving of like taste of food. Like
so have you done this before, or this is like your first time going full throttle, not eating at all, no diet, no drinking except for just water?
I fasted for 3 days before.
Just 3 days, okay.
But I had coffee then. It wasn't too bad. It was actually it's always the first day that sucks really bad. But
Right.
lately, since last week, like I've been feeling so lightheaded all the time. I'm actually extremely lightheaded right now. I was yeah. If I were to stand up right now, I'd probably get lightheaded because I'm extremely low on iron. Um,
Right. Are
but
you
yeah, I think I got until next Saturday, and then I'm good. So 7 more
okay?
days.
So how did it all start? Like, what made you decide that, okay, I'm gonna do this nomad diet? And what was the first couple of days like, and what was the rest of the days like?
The first day was awful. Um, but after the first day, it actually felt good. Like
Okay.
I was super productive for the first like yeah I was super productive every day for like a good like 3 4 weeks actually. Yeah,
Okay.
no, fourth week I started kind of slowing down, but the first like half of the diet I was extremely productive. I was going out cleaning, doing all the stuff around the house that I would push back normally, and I was just getting everything done. And I was actually going to the gym. I was even boxing. We sparred, bro. We
Yes, we
sparred.
start. Wow. So,
Except my
okay. So, guys, just so you know, this guy haven't eaten anything in past, just like he said, 33 days. And on top of this, he's been doing all the chores around the house. He's also going to the gym. Of course, not doing as heavy or not pushing his limits, but still working out. And we sparred boxing at the gym while he hasn't eaten anything. So he's just drinking water, and that's it, right? Or you're taking anything else?
and salt,
And
salt.
salt. Okay, right, of course. So salt and water is all that he's been feeding his body to for past 33 days, and that's admirable. That's like it requires really mental toughness. It requires discipline for sure. And I'm pretty sure a lot of guys, when they open their Instagram, they have like girls coming in their explore page and then feeds, right? This guy, he told me and he showed me his
Oh,
Instagram. He
it's
has
food.
like foods on all
It's
over
food.
his Instagram.
Food everywhere.
He's just looking up for food. So, okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how hungry you are right now?
I'm not physically. I'm not hungry. Like I'm not hungry. I'm just like I would love to eat food, but I'm not hungry.
But yeah, it's just 7 more days and then,
Yeah,
right?
but I'm pretty sure my body would. I don't know. I think I'm just malnutrition now. I'm not really like hungry.
Right,
Because it's probably I'm low on iron. I'm low on all those like nutrients that the body needs.
right.
Salt. If I didn't eat salt, I'd probably be dead right now.
Yeah,
But
so I mean, it definitely requires some mental discipline to be on fast for 33 days straight and not a single piece of food or anything to drink at all. So no calories, but like, yeah, I think,
no calories.
yeah, you're right. I think it's just your body requires some sort of like it's running low on the minerals and the vitamins, right? That's what your
Yeah.
body actually requires.
I'm actually afraid to like take. I have this vitamin supplement over there. I'm actually kind of afraid to take it
Why?
because sometimes like even when I'm not fasting, I would take it and now I would feel really nauseous. I think it's because the vitamins they over concentrated like the vitamins. There's just too much nutrients on it.
That is
Like I'm
actually
worried
true.
it might overdo like what I need. And also, I mean, I'm alright right now. Okay, I'm stuttering now. Maybe I'm not alright, but
Okay, so it is actually true because I thought it just happens with me. I mean, I'm eating my food and everything, right? But I take all these vitamins and, just my calciums and iron and magnesium and all that stuff. Sometimes I feel nauseous. I feel like throwing up. It doesn't feel good. And so I thought like it's just me. My body doesn't take these well. But now when you're saying it, I think it's probably universal. A lot of people just
yeah.
feel this way then.
If you take it when you don't eat enough food, it's gonna mess you up. And me,
True.
haven't eaten any food, so I think it might completely like shut me down. So
Yeah.
I don't want to take that risk if I don't have to.
Right. Sometimes I take them like first thing in the morning. I have stopped doing that, and that make
Don't
me
do
feel
that.
nauseous. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, makes sense. Makes sense. All
You always
right.
gotta do. You always gotta do it with a meal, or
All right.
else it won't
So
digest well.
coming back to the martial arts topic. So how many different martial arts styles um, have you trained in?
Just a bunch of striking stuff.
Striking, but
Um,
like
Kickboxing, boxing, karate, taekwondo. Um, I don't want to say the stuff that I just took trial classes for, but yeah, I took some. This is the four that I actually like trained really hard into.
okay.
I took some, but the ones that I took some trial classes for are Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Um, I took some trial Muay Thai classes over in Thailand actually.
Oh, okay.
Those were
Nice.
pretty cool. I actually sparred some people over there.
Nice.
I was kicking his ass, and then he realized my knee wasn't doing too well. Switched to southpaw, and then he started circling around me on my bad side. It was yeah, it wasn't too great.
How long were you in Thailand?
I was there for about 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. So for 2 weeks you were training in Muay Thai.
No, I took like one class.
Okay. And what
Yeah.
else?
Like Krav Maga. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
yeah, it was. Took a couple of those like trial classes for that. Let me see what else. Yeah, those are the only things that come up on the top of my head. Maybe I did take some other ones, but
Okay,
yeah, those are the
but
only ones that come.
the primarily four you said are the kickboxing, the boxing, the karate, and the taekwondo,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so these I know because I been
And
learning like
MMA, of course. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but like yeah, MMA, of course. Like we did a little bit of grappling on there
grappling
also.
as well.
I took like one class every week.
Okay, so I got a question for you because I just have experience with boxing and Muay Thai. And what really messed up with my head initially, now I can see the pattern in it, is you have different style and different stance in all different martial arts, right? So with Muay Thai, you gotta stand a lot square, so your body is more like forward and more square. Where in
Yeah.
boxing, you're more slanted and like on an angle, right? So I'm pretty sure with karate,
No. Actually, if for boxing and Muay Thai, your stance is gonna be the exact same. if you like to fight square
Hmm.
in boxing, you're gonna want to fight square in Muay Thai as well. If you like to fight a little bit slanted in boxing, you're gonna want to fight a little bit slanted in Muay Thai.
No,
Those fights, they should be the exact same.
they ask us to go square on Muay Thai because when you kick, it's gonna take longer if you are slanted to, to kick. So that's why they ask us to be more square. And then in boxing, when you're at a distance, you can be like on a slant angle, but when you're close, of course, you want to be more square. That's what, like, now I'm getting the gist of it. But to the point, coming to the point is, like, all these different martial arts, be it taekwondo or karate or boxing, they all have different styles, right? So when you were learning all these four different, or you were like trying to learn all this, firstly, how did you see like the difference, and was it how did you adjust to the difference? Because let's say somebody who's learning boxing for a long time, right? They're pretty much used to on the same style that they've been practicing. But then let's say if you put them into karate. Now karate is, of course, you're using the same two hands and same two leg. Well, first of all, you're not using legs in boxing at all, but then now you're using your legs as well. So how do you find, like, how do you get into that mindset that, okay, now you got to change certain things, adjust a little bit? And then secondly, what did you find, like, what kind of pattern did you find learning all these four martial arts? Is there something similarity out of all these?
It's yeah. There's usually like different like ways you position yourself in all of them. Like your stances are different. Like some stances are more bladed.
Hmm.
In Taekwondo, it was the most bladed out of all of the stances. By bladed, I mean like you're mostly sideways.
Okay.
Whereas like my boxing stance and my Muay Thai stance, it was like I'm pretty much just facing them head on.
Okay.
Like I found that the most like fun, exciting way to fight, just fighting people head on.
Right.
I want to find like some sort of like way to combine all the different styles together.
Hmm.
And so right now, trying to effectively incorporate the Taekwondo stuff that I learned
Hmm.
with a completely square stance is not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. I need to make something a little bit more bladed, a little bit more sideways, so I can utilize that side kick from Taekwondo,
Hmm.
because that's actually it's one of my favorite kicks. It's the
It's
strongest
very
kick actually.
effective.
A
Yeah.
lot of people will tell me front kick is the or teep or front kick is the strongest kick, but no, it's the side kick. That kick you can abuse it if you really know how to use it very
Yes.
well. Um, John Jones, he likes to use it on people's legs.
Hmm.
I did not know that was legal in
It is.
MMA until I saw John Jones doing it. That, in my personal opinion, that should not be legal.
Right. You can break
That's the
somebody's
dumbest.
leg. Like, it's gonna make you paralyzed for your life. You can completely damage the person.
Yeah, it's doesn't really take much skill to do that kick.
Right.
And then there's a very high chance of damaging the other person, even if you make a mistake. I think Freddie told me you're not allowed to do it on their knee directly on. You can do it above the knee, but not
You
directly
can,
on the knee.
right? If you hit it on the
But
knee, the leg's gonna bend
yeah,
inward.
but if they back up and then you drop your kick into them, it's gonna hit them on the knee, even if you're not going for it. It's just
Yeah.
just it, it's an effective kick, yeah, but it's messed
True.
up. It doesn't take much skill, and it can cause severe damage, like permanent injury. Like, yeah, I think it should be illegal. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. And do you think one martial art is, like, any one of these is superior to the other one?
So say that again. Which like of the
Like,
martial arts styles or
yeah, martial art styles, like different, like taekwondo or be it karate. Is it one martial art is superior to the other one?
uh in theory, I think karate could be the best out of all of them. Like
Why do you say so?
that blitzing style is, if you have like a very good amount of power with that and good takedown defense, you need to have like a foundation of all the other ones to be able to counter like uh like takedowns, for example, or be able to defend yourself against certain uh like signature things from the other styles. But I think the karate style is the most effective because of their blitzing style. There was a guy. Have you ever heard of Lyoto Machida?
No,
Dragon.
I don't know.
He almost beat John Jones. He almost did. He had
Okay.
a severe. He was shorter than this guy.
Hmm.
He had way shorter limbs. He's probably weaker than him too, but
Okay.
and he was lighter than him. He almost beat him. He almost did. He almost did. Like
Okay.
some people will say, yeah, he no, he just got choked out when he finally got figured out. But yeah, to be fair, he shouldn't have been repeating the same counter. Like even counters can be countered, but he, he like that blitzing style is very effective in street fights for sure because like you get to your target and do your damage as quick as possible without being getting hit back. And a lot of times it's a lot harder to counter somebody when you've already been hit. Like everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth, right?
So
So
just so everybody would know what exactly is blitzing style.
it's whenever you just get in, do your combination,
Hmm.
or do all the damage that you need to do,
Hmm.
and then before the other person can do it too, just
Yeah.
get in and do your damage as fast as you possibly can without getting hit or without
Oh.
being stopped.
But isn't that the same like Muay Thai guys do the same thing?
Muay Thai guys, they'll a lot of times they like to like kind of build up their combinations, and but karate, it's I don't know how to explain this, but see Muay Thai, it's like taking you're kind of like taking turns with the opponent on like
Mm.
who's gonna go in and do their damage. But in karate, the way karate tournaments would work is or I think they still, yeah, they probably still do work like this, but they do is they have a system called point break sparring.
Okay.
Is whoever gets in and does the damage first wins the whole round.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
did not know
S-
this.
So I think they go like best out of five or something,
Okay.
right? Or sometimes best out of three. But basically they start the round.
Hmm.
Whoever gets in and does hits the other person first just
Uh-huh.
wins the round.
Okay. And then does karate uses the knees and the elbows or no?
It depends on the tournaments. I'm pretty sure you can't do elbows unless there's elbow pads involved. But yeah, I think you can do knees to the body, not knees
Okay.
to the head though.
Okay. And I forgot, maybe I'm butchering the name. Do you know this martial arts called it's called Lithbai or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, I'm fine. You said left way?
Lethway, right? That's how you pronounce it, Lethway. Okay, so in Lethway, you use all the eight limbs, which is like two of your hands, two of your legs, your elbows, and your knees, and then you also use your head in
Yeah,
that,
I
right?
heard about
So,
that. It's Thai, isn't it? Or no,
no, this is
not
not the
Thai.
Thai. This is
It's close to them.
right, something I forgot the name, but yeah. So
Cambodia?
wouldn't Cambodia? Probably Cambodia. I think so.
I don't
But
remember.
don't you
I don't know.
think that would make, I mean, this would make this martial arts like the baddest of all, or the most superior of all?
Dude, if they're gonna allow oblique kicks,
Uh-huh.
that stomp leg kick in MMA, they should
Mm.
just allow headbutts. I
Yes.
think headbutts should be allowed in the UFC.
I know, right?
What
Yeah,
do you
I
think?
thought the same.
Don't you think that should be fair?
I think it should be fair, you know?
Yes.
And I know like like fighting in real life, like in street fight versus what you saw in a cage is way different because you have so many rules, regulations. In street fight, you got no rules. The only rule is you gotta survive somehow.
Yeah, just beat
So
the other guy up. Don't get beat up.
exactly. And then if you have seen like a lot of Bruce Lee movies and then the wisdom that comes from the Bruce Lee, and then there's this old movie, I forget the name, where he was entangled with this guy and then he said, what you gonna do in this situation when you can't use your hair, use your hands and your legs? So he said, I don't know. I was amazed. What could I do in this situation? And then the Bruce Lee said, bite. And then he said, bite? Well, he said, aren't we all animals? So biting is like you don't do it always. It's the best way to lose your teeth, but like when you're in a situation, just bite, right?
You
So
have to. Yeah, yeah,
you have
yeah.
to, right?
If you're on if you're in a street fight, you're getting choked out. But bite him. Yeah, why not?
Bite him, right? Yeah, so I think learning how to fight inside a cage, because a lot of people think that if you're a really good fighter, let's say all these MMA guys, right? People who don't know martial arts, they have this notion that if you are like if you're Khabib or McGregor or John Jones and all these folks, right? Because you are at the pinnacle of the fighting, then if you get to fight in a street, then you're gonna win. But that's not true. That doesn't make sense because they're fighting.
99% of the time, it's probably true. 99.9% of the time, it's probably true.
But think about it, like on a street fight, you don't know the other person's carrying a weapon or how many people are there. Maybe they are like big guys, three big guys. Doesn't matter if like you're McGregor, but you're surrounded by three big guys with knives in their hand. I'm pretty sure you can't beat that.
No, no, you actually don't. Like, part of the stuff that you're trained at in a fighter is like you gotta be disciplined, right? Like you can't like go in expecting to you can't have the idea that you're invincible.
Right.
Like if you don't think you can win that fight, you're supposed to just get out of there. That's the correct thing to do.
Everybody says the same thing. No matter how good you are, the best way is give them all whatever they want and then just say sorry, put your head down and get out.
I'm not saying
Um,
sorry. I didn't do anything wrong.
you know what I mean? Like get out of that fight is the best option. Like don't engage, but
I'm gonna
like
toss my wallet pretty far. They're gonna have my $10 in there.
right, that's what I
Okay,
meant,
I'll
right?
cancel my cards.
Like
So
don't
what?
engage. That's the best way. Okay, so while we're talking about different fighters, who is like what are some fighters among different fighting styles that are like your inspirations, and who do you like and why?
Okay, from like different like fighting
System.
branches. I'd say Muay Thai. My favorite is Rod Tang. You already know.
Right, yeah.
Or
Why
actually,
do you like him?
maybe Sanchai. You know Sanchai, right?
So why do you like Senchai? I know Senchai, I know Rotang, I know all of these because I've been doing Muay Thai,
He,
but
he's
like, why?
he's aging, right? But he's just so intelligent of a fighter that he doesn't need like to have all this skill and power. Or, you know he has skill. Excuse me, I
Yeah.
did not mean to say that.
He got all the skills. It's just
Forgive me, Sanchai. I did not mean to say that about you. But
he's just old, but
he
like,
has all the speed. He doesn't need the speed. He doesn't need the power. Like all the younger fighters, but he's still able to take them on because he's just that skilled.
right. His
Opposite of
fight IQ, his
IQ,
experience and
fight
fight
IQ.
IQ is really high.
It's extremely high. It's probably the highest that there is in the whole Muay Thai community. Yeah,
Yeah, how
I
many
would say so.
fights? I think he has done more than 400 or something official fights, and then
Yeah,
God knows how many unofficial ones he has done,
yeah, and
right?
like practice sparring session also. Like
Yeah. But
this
like,
guy is this guy lives fighting. So
right. And then have you seen the Rotang versus Senchai fight, the official one?
I might have seen them. I've seen them spar before.
Oh, there was a fight, I think it was last year, probably like just on.
Yo, your recording just stopped.
Oh yeah, it says I think you you're losing like the storage or something, right?
Yeah, is that mine or is that yours?
Yours.
Okay, should I exit out and join in again?
Um,
It still says recording on the top.
okay, I think it would be on my side.
Or
Let's
is
just let it be. That's fine.
okay, okay.
Yeah, if it doesn't, then it won't. That's okay. Um, so yeah, so I think it was last year, probably like 10 months or something ago, probably like
No,
last year.
that wasn't Rotting. That was Bokau. That was Bokau.
Was it Bokav versus Senchai? I thought that was
Yeah,
Rotang
yeah.
versus
I'm
Senchai.
like I'm like 60% sure it was Bokau.
No, yeah, yeah, you're right.
Bokau won
Yeah,
because
Bokav won, of course. It's just because he was young and then he was just doing so much damage, and that's why.
yeah. I think in like strikes landed. I'm pretty sure Zenchai landed more strikes.
Not true.
No, he did it. He did it.
No,
What?
Bokov actually landed a lot more, and he was very aggressive. You know, Senchai's style is he's because he has done so many
I don't
fights.
think he was blocking it though, right?
Right, he was blocking them, no doubt. But then Senchai also has to please the audience because he knows how to entertain the audience, right?
True.
So you have seen him fighting. He mocks his opponents, and then he does this like getting his shots up, and then he that's how he fight. But with Buakau, it was just like he's focused. He has no expressions, and he's just going on and on and on. And of course, one thing I love about these Muay Thai fights is how respectful the fighters are towards each other after the fight ends, of course, um, which you won't see in many other like fights. But Muay Thai is they're very respectful after the fight is over.
People don't
Uh,
know how to trash talk these days. Like all these boxers, they just curse at each other all the time, and they
yeah,
just you're a B, you're a BAN, you know. Like they don't. There's no actual like. Well, one of the my fa- I loved I like the idea of trash talking in the fights, but I don't like it whenever it becomes very just cursing, you know. Like
right.
Muhammad Ali, like he trash talk. You know, this guy never cursed when he trash talk,
Yes.
and that's what I really like about him. He just doesn't. He doesn't just cuss people out. Like he has some dignity behind it as well. You
And
know.
I think even Khabib never trash talk, right? Or does he?
Oh no,
I mean, not trash talk. Sorry, he curses. Does he curse?
he lost his stuff against Connor because yeah, he lost his composure against Connor, but
Right.
he had every right to. Yeah, he
Yes, because
respect
yeah,
his
of
father.
course.
That was awful. That
Right.
was
But majority of times I have seen Khabib very composed. He does trash talk a little bit, but like not too much. He doesn't engage. He just loves to show his stuff with the hands and the legs, of course, in the fight and not with the mouth. But I think trash talking is part of this whole business. But think about this. Nobody would like to see because majority of people who love watching fights they are not technical like sure some people know a little bit like you and I know martial arts right but not at the level who like where they are in the UFC. So what makes UFC so entertaining is this trash talk, and I think Conor McGregor is the only one that I could think of, and I might be wrong with this, there are other people as well, but Conor has cracked this code of how he's going to project his image. No doubt he has the skills and everything, but he has cracked the code of how he's going to, do all the trash talk and project his image as like this most badass guy and this alpha guy. And then with all this trash talk, that's how he got all the fights. Nobody's going to give you fight if you're just good and you're not a showman. So I think with fighting, you got to be a good showman as well.
you couldn't be a showman without trash talking, like.
That, but think
But
about it. What would
he showed he was a showman in every way that you could possibly be.
Yeah,
He was
but
he sold the fight. He sold it before the fight. He sold during the fight, and then like he won. He would win the fights too. So like
right,
he had his reputation very well. But there's
true.
other
But
fighters over there also that they don't need to trash talk all this much. Like Max Holloway.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm actually sad to see what happened to him earlier. It was you heard you got knocked out by
Yeah,
Ilya.
yeah, yeah.
I really wanted Max to win. This was, but I saw Ilya. I saw some highlights of Ilya, and I wasn't too confident with Max on that one. But
Okay,
yeah, it was sad actually. It was very sad. I was.
and let's talk about like the
Well,
boxing word. And I know what your answer gonna be, and what 99.999% people's answer gonna be.
that's
Uh,
quick.
there's there's a fight coming up with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul on November 15th. Do you know about this? Who do you think? Like, I mean, who do you? Okay, the question shouldn't be who do you think gonna win. The question should be how long the fight's gonna be.
Um, be like, do you know how many rounds there are in total?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I think 5 rounds.
Uh, Most probably,
Four
yeah.
rounds.
And it's in Texas,
Jake
right?
is gonna run away. He has to run away. If he squares up with him, he's gonna die, bro. He's gonna die.
But you know what I think? Because it's this fight's gonna attract a lot of people, and it's gonna get the most viewership, right? Because everybody wanna see this fight with like Mike Tyson is coming back after like Like he's in his 60s, right? So 58 years or 60 something.
He's in
So
great shape.
he's in great shape. He never lost the touch, and after all this, like I think he's just better now, even than when
He
he
might
was
be physically stronger now, actually.
right. He
He
went to
might be.
jail.
I think he's a considerable amount slower though. Nobody mentions that. He is slower, but I think he's power. It doesn't go away.
True, and
It
then
doesn't go away. His
have you
power's
seen
still
his
there.
like his style, his peekaboo style, which he has perfected for so long, right? You can't take the experience out of the person. But what I think, okay, so first I want to know from you, what do you think the fight's gonna look like on 15th?
I think Jake, he he will try to knock out Tyson somewhat early. It's gonna realize it is completely useless. He's gonna feel his power. Then he's gonna run away
Mm-hmm.
until Mike chases him down and just kills him.
Okay, you know what I think? I think because this fight's gonna get so many viewership, they wanna make it entertaining, right? Like, what's the point if the whole fight's gonna end in 30 seconds?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
No,
So I
definitely
think
do that.
this fight's gonna go for at least 3 or 4 rounds. And again, I might be wrong, but this is just what I think. This
I
fight's
hope
gonna
it
go
does.
for 3 or 4 rounds,
I
and
hope you're right.
then Jake's gonna like Mike's gonna be more defensive in the beginning because everybody just wanna see how Jake is doing, and then they also want to showcase like, okay, Jake. I mean, he's not an amateur anymore. He has practiced. Oh, I know he has done. Like he has fought with like the old guys or somebody not at that skill. So he has done all these gimmicky stuff, but still they want to show that Jake is like throwing all these punches, and even though Mike doesn't care, but he's more defensive. And I think something's gonna change, and then later on the mic's just gonna bust, and then Mike's gonna show his full blast, and then Mike's gonna beat the shit out of Jake. That's what I
Yeah,
think because they
yeah.
wanna they wanna give audience like some sort of entertainment,
I
right?
think he's gonna drop him. How? I think he's gonna drop him within the first 3 rounds. Not
Okay,
not not finish him. Not finish him. But he's gonna drop him.
right. So like a knockout,
No, 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 no. Knock down. Knock down.
knockdown. Okay,
The first 3 rounds.
first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just predict what's gonna happen on round one. Let's say the fight goes all the way to round five. Let's just say, right? What's gonna happen on round one?
I think Jake's gonna get hurt pretty bad round one, and then
Okay.
round two he's gonna be running away the whole time.
And round three is
He's gonna get.
some
I think he's gonna get dropped somewhere like round 3 or 4.
some knockdowns, and then do you
Yeah.
think Mike's gonna win with like a knockout?
Yeah. Between rounds 3 to 5, he's gonna knock him out.
Ah, okay, that's what I think as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
one hell of a
I
fight.
know. I know a lot of people are hating on Jake Paul, but I have very much respect for the guy. Like,
I don't have the respect for the guy.
dude. Okay, listen. He's fighting a bunch of like old people, but don't forget this guy's not a. He's not a. He's a streamer, bro. He's a streamer.
No, he wraps himself with this facade that he's a streamer, but no, he's been training. So he's been living in Puerto Rico, I believe, right?
Hmm.
He's been living in there. He has hired like professional trainers, professional coaches, and he's been training for long. So he's not a streamer anymore. He started as a streamer, but no. And also, not because of this, like I'm not losing the respect because of this. It's because the guy has no dignity. He doesn't have any morals. That's the only reason I don't like the
Why
guy.
does he not have any more? Is it because he's fighting old people and like
No, no,
watching?
no.
Like,
Have
why
you
does he not have any morals?
have you seen what he says like on the show? He's a puppet. He doesn't have the
I actually don't know. Can you elaborate?
like. For example, if you would again, I'm not a not for in or like I'm not against like Andrew Tate. You know the whole controversy against Andrew Tate. What happened?
No, no.
Okay, so you know who Andrew Tate is,
Yeah,
or
of
you
course.
don't? Okay. I think everybody knows who Andrew
Yeah.
Tate is, right? So before this whole like Andrew Tate arrest, Jake was just like, you know what, I'm your side, you're my bro, and everything. He was just all bro. As soon as Andrew Tate got arrested, the like higher up, so I don't know what do you call them, like in terms of Andrew Tate, it's called the Matrix. They asked Jake, okay, just shut up about him, don't stand for him. And then all of a sudden, he just twisted. And before this, he was all like, "You, I know what you're doing, what you're standing up for is right. Whatever you say is right. Whatever you say makes sense, and I'm all whatever you stand for, I'm standing for it. So you're my brother, I'm your partner in crime, everything." And then as soon as he got arrested, he just completely flipped the script, and just like, "No, yeah, arrest him, and then he's the baddest guy, and do blah 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 blah." So that guy has no morals, no ethics, and he doesn't know what he stands for. That's the only reason I have no respect for him.
Sometimes he doesn't. If that was the case, and if what he was up against was what I think it is, I don't think he has a choice, dude.
Who?
If Jake Paul was really up against what I think he was up against, I don't think he has a choice.
I know he doesn't have any choice in this,
Like
but again,
if he didn't say that, he'd probably be.
get
We
canceled.
wouldn't be seeing this fight coming up. So
Exactly, he would have got canceled.
it's an unfortunate situation he had to be in, but
I know.
at the same time, Jake Paul. I think you are right. Jake Paul is the type of guy to follow wherever his fame and clout would, whatever would support his fame and clout the most.
Yeah, and then he has done a lot of like crypto scams with a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
his
yeah.
fans. So, just because of all these stuffs, I have no, I mean, okay, forget about this. Like,
But I really like what he did to boxing. Like even though he
true.
hasn't been like fighting the best fighters, I think he did. Did he fight? Did he fight that bare knuckle boxing guy?
Uh,
He fought some
yes,
bare
he did.
knuckle boxing
Yes.
guy. Mike Perry, right? That guy's
Right.
actually pretty good. That guy's solid. That was a decent fight. That was a good fight.
I,
You
g-
know,
I do give him credit because he put like boxing and all these fighting in more limelight to like the normal folks of like who just follow like YouTube stuff. They don't know anything about boxing or fighting at all. So he put a limelight on that. I give him that. But it's just, sometimes you just don't like a guy, you don't like a guy.
I don't. I don't think I would be very. I would not be good friends with Jake Paul. No, I would not. I wouldn't be friends with
Exactly.
him.
For me, I understand his position. I'm not denying the fact what you just said, but it's just I would be friends with someone who would have some sort of morale or integrity, and at least I know that guy could have my back. So that's it. So I would I
That's
would
a
take
must.
like I would have just like some solid relationship, like business relationships, but that's it. Probably. Now I don't know. It's just my thought process.
Yeah,
But yeah.
like he doesn't give the aura of a very trustable person.
Exactly.
Like
That's the only thing. You have to be like you should be a man of your words. When you say something, you gotta deliver it.
yeah,
Even if you
he's a cloud chaser, 100%.
right, yes.
Like he
So
would,
even
yeah.
if you
Um,
fail, you fail. But yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
But
who-
I do like what he did. I like Mike Tyson as a person a lot. All right, like even though he had a pretty messed up past, I like him as a person a lot, and I like that Jake Paul put some meaning back into his life. You know,
yeah,
Jake Paul
and
did a lot for that guy
yes, true.
by bringing
Yeah,
this fight, and I like that he did that for Mike. I really like Mike. He's a very good human being.
he
He's
is now. He wasn't before.
no,
Uh,
absolutely not. But
yeah, but now I know what he
he
has
can't be a
been
human
through.
being before. But the
Yeah,
man he is right now, is a
true.
very good human being.
True. Yeah, it's completely like I saw one of his it was an old interview where he says somebody was at his home and they were looking at all these title belts and world championship belts and these trophies and everything, and Mike says these are all garbage to me. Like it means nothing to me now because after all that I've been through, I've been in jail, and after this now I realize like spending like time with the people who I love, and that kind of stuff, how important that is. And this is all garbage. I was chasing all this, but now it's all garbage to me. So, and I know, I think you could only reach, some people say, some people judge when you have like a bad past, but I think you would only reach to that spiritual level or whatever you want to call it when you go through this mess. So when you get hit with that sort of realization, that's only when you leave all this. Otherwise, this whole attachment with like the chasing the money and the fame wouldn't go. Everybody wants it. You want it. I want it, right?
Personally, I don't want fame. I just want enough money to live a satisfying life. I don't need to be like a billionaire or multimillionaire. I mean, I have drive, so man, I'll probably end up there anyways, cause I know I got drive. I know I got drive.
See, for something, right? I mean,
I don't
maybe
I
you're
don't
not.
need I don't need it, man. Like I'm a very simple man. I don't need a lot from the world. Um, yeah, I don't need an extravagant. I don't need crazy extravagance to be happy.
But what is your drive, and what is it for?
If I can you elaborate on that? Like, what do you mean?
Like
What is
you
it
said,
for?
I got a drive, right? So what drives you, and what is your drive? Like, what do you want to achieve?
If that's the thing. If I find something that I want to achieve, like I will do whatever. I'll do whatever it takes to get to there.
Hmm. So you're saying you haven't found it yet?
Um, I have like I'm starting to piece it together.
Okay. What is it?
First, I want to become a very great fighter.
Okay. And I think, do you think when you gonna be a great, are you gonna like fight like a pro, like in a pro fightings?
I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay. So let's say you put all your hard work and everything, you put your mind and body to it, and you get to that level where you are actually fighting pro, and then you have a name. Like you're not chasing it, but like when you're just perfecting your craft, the money and the fame automatically follows. So I know because do you think it's gonna corrupt your mind or no?
I'm actually you're gonna hate me for this, but I might stop before it gets to there.
You're gonna
I might
stop.
make an early retirement whenever I do start fighting. I might just imagine if Dimitri Bivol knocked out Canelo and then just retired.
Uh-huh.
You, yeah.
Okay. You couldn't have get
Imagine Dimitri Bivol. He beats Canelo and then just retires.
you couldn't have given any more apt example, huh? Okay.
That's something that yeah. He wouldn't be he wouldn't be extremely famous afterwards, though, right?
Right.
He'd be the guy who'd beat Canelo, and then other names would come and overcloud them.
Okay.
I don't want to be like. Unfortunately, you're right. Fame and fame and all that might end up following regardless. But
Exactly.
if
It's
I
gonna
do, I'm gonna do what I can in order to like shed some light into the world. Hopefully
okay.
not uh, make enemies that I don't want to make, because there's a lot of bad people and like that are running the world right now, and
Do
it's
you
a scary world to be in. So
have you heard of the Chinese curses? Do you know what Chinese curses are?
no, I don't know what that is.
Okay, so I don't know like if it's the literal translation of it, but in English they go something like there are I think three or four Chinese curses. So one is may you get what you're looking for. The second one is may you have friends in the higher places. And the third one goes something like may all the something I forget, maybe it's the third one is may all the money and fame follows you, like you get all the money and fame in the world. And so they look like, I mean, like I'm blessing you with all these, right? If I say this to you, hey, bro, I wish you get what you're looking for. I wish you would have friends in all the higher places. But these are not the wishes. These are actually the curses for the very same reason, because if you find what you're looking for, one, there's nothing more to achieve. And then second, just like we're talking, it's gonna give you a lot of fame and money, and then the corruption, like corruption of the mind is gonna happen. And then when you have friends in like higher places, that means of course you're gonna make enemies at the higher places as well, you know.
Yeah,
So these are like the Chinese.
there's always other things that it follows. It's not exactly what it is up front. Like,
Yeah,
here's the thing, like it'll make you great, but greatness is can easily be can be very good. It can be a great good, or it can also be a great bad.
right.
So
Okay,
it can go either way.
let's just ask you one more thing. What do you do outside the martial arts? Like, what are your other hobbies, and what do you do
Dude, I'm
other
just
than,
chilling, dude. I'm just chilling. I'm just taking care of my animals. I play my guitar.
oh, you play guitar?
Um, I'm playing video. Sometimes I play video games.
Okay, what game you play?
I've been playing League of Legends now. I used to play Warzone, but my computer is not doing well. I can't run it anymore.
Okay.
Like it's this computer used to be able to run Warzone super easily, but now it's I think they added so much stuff to it. It overheats. I have to
Uh,
turn on the turbo mode in order to play, and then I have to stop every like couple of games because it'll overheat. But even League of Legends is overheating on it. It's freaking League.
I don't know. I haven't
Don't
played
play it. It's freaking
games.
stupid, bro.
I haven't played games.
Everybody who plays
It,
League of Legends, they end up hating the game, right? And I'm getting there.
I used
Again,
to play a lot of games, but then I think I stopped long before, and then I haven't played anything yet.
got you, got you. I actually stopped League for like 3 years. I just got back into it again. One of my friends wanted to start playing, and I'm playing in Latin America servers.
Ah, okay.
I'm playing with a bunch of like Latin people. I don't understand a word anybody's saying on there, but hey, I mean,
Have you played Counter Strike? I don't know if you know this game.
I'm so garbage at Counter Strike, bro. I'm so bad at it.
Oh, okay.
I tried to get really good with the op because I was good at like Call of Duty, like sniping.
Mm-hmm.
But then, and I used to stopping. I mean, I'm used to like moving while shooting.
Ah, okay.
That's what I grew up on. So it's difficult for me. It's very difficult having. I have to like shift. I have to like shift and then move my gun
Mm.
or move my aim.
Uh-huh, yeah. No,
It's
I
different.
think it was Counter-Strike 1.6, and then they have so many others, CS:GO, Counter-Strike Go, Global Offensive, and so
Oh
many
no,
others.
you played the old Counter Strike,
The
not even
old one.
CS:GO. Okay,
Yes. So Counter-Strike 1.6, which is like when I was in college, like doing my bachelor's, and this is like back in 2009, 10, right? So in India, Counter-Strike 1.6, like CS 1.6 was a big thing. Everybody was into it. So I started, just like you said, you love sniping. I started sniping. I wasn't very good at it. And then I figured out that I'm a assaulter, more of an assaulter. So I go with AK-47 or like the rifles and
right.
so shooting it. Yeah, it was very addictive at the time, and then you could just play for hours and hours and hours. And I have wasted some of my time, and then thankfully, I just realized, you know what, I'm just virtually killing everyone when I could kill people in real life. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I don't want to kill anyone, but like, kill with my success and all that. But yeah, so I just stopped playing afterwards, and then
But like
I'm
you said, you were just time wasting. You don't ever want to waste time. I think a lot of the eh, here's the thing. I think I mean you made some friends off of it though, right? Like you were playing with friends.
Yes, I have made some friends, but all those friends are always like they're either drinking or they're just like doing some sort of drugs or they're just talking about games and then, but nothing
Okay,
productive out of them.
okay.
That's it.
That's fair. Yeah, you don't want to befriend any you don't want to have people around you that aren't helping you grow. So
Right. So that was the only problem. Like they were good people. I'm not saying they're bad people. They're really good people. They're very nice, but like I couldn't talk anything substantial with them. It's just about, hey, have you played this game? Yeah, I beat this. That was my score. I aced it. I did 5 headshots, and then, hey, do you want to smoke? Do you want to do this? Do you want... That's all was the talk. So I lost interest in all of that.
yeah, that's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
we all had that phase. I mean, it's not a bad phase. I mean,
I know
they have their piece, all right.
Yeah.
Like, even though maybe they're not making a crazy amount of money, maybe they're not like super successful people in the eyes of most of the world, but they have their peace, and that's having peace of mind
True.
is like one of the greatest forms of success that a person can have. Like having a lot of money isn't always meaning of success. If they don't need a lot of stuff, and if all they need is to play video games and like smoke or whatever, and like eat pizza, and then if that's all they need, and then they have it, that's successful. That's success in their own way.
Yeah. Do you know there's a whole community of speedrunners? Do you know what speedrunning
Of-
is?
I know exactly what that is. That's dude.
Yeah.
That
So
is in my eyes that is failure. All right, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I don't playing
why?
the same game over and over again, trying to get like
Why? But
a score that nobody will ever even remember is just not. It
they're doing
doesn't.
the exact same thing what you just said. Every single day they're just having a pizza, having peace of mind, and they're just playing the game, and then they just wanna, break a record in that, like finishing it as early as possible.
If that's, I I do not like that. But if they like that and that is success to them, then that's success to them, and that's what matters. All right.
Yeah.
It's disappointing for me, but I would never ever want to get to that point, but if that's good, if that's what they want to do, and that's what they find success in, that's okay.
Yeah,
That's
but
fine.
I see there's like I didn't know this community existed, but then there's a channel on YouTube called Summoning Salt. I don't know if you have seen their videos or not. So that guy like compiles and tells in a very story format of like he would pick a game, like let's say Mario Brothers, and then he would tell the whole story of how these people just beat the Mario record, Mario Brothers world record, and how did they do it? How did they find the glitch? How did they find this and that? And I see these, that was my first introduction to this speedrunning community. And then I see these guys stream for not just days, not just months, for years, every single day, hours of streaming every single day. They just sit in front of the video game and then just play for hours every single day.
I see that as a bad investment. Here's the thing, like,
They don't make
you
money.
invest so much time, and if somebody beats your score by like one hundredth of a second,
Yeah.
all that time you just spent is gone.
Yeah, but
It's
like
wasted.
I understand the chase. I understand the chase that they are after, right? And
I do
it's
too.
all about making the world record. But like this is just virtual, right? Like if you would have put, I would have much respect for. I'm not saying I don't have respect for them, but I'm just saying I would have much more respect for a guy who would have put this amount of time, this amount of hours, and this amount of discipline in like some learning some real craftsman skill, like in the real life that could help him. Think about this. For years, you've been streaming for hours and hours and hours on this virtual thing where you could have put those amount of hours in, let's say, learning gardening or learning martial arts or learning how to shoot or learning how to defend yourself. Something, right?
Of course, but if those things don't interest that person, then what good is that to them?
Yeah. It's
I'm
their
trying my
choice.
best to defend them right now, by the way. Right? Like I like I like I like to defend even the people that I don't necessarily agree with. I'm trying to find a way to defend
No,
the
I'm not. Like I said, I have nothing against them. Like I don't hate them. It's just, but
no
you gotta
reason
have
to hate them.
some.
It's
Yeah,
just
no, I don't hate them. I'm just
maybe
saying.
disappoint, and you can be disappointed in a way, but
Right, but it's just
uh,
like my personal, just like they can have their own personal choices of doing what they love, I could have my personal choice of saying like, I find it stupid. That's all.
I I personally find it stupid as well. But if they don't find it stupid, if they don't want to do all the stuff that like you and I would want to go do, like maybe martial arts or like do like some actual physical activity,
Mm.
um, then if they don't find interest in that, then they should not do that. They're not obligated to do that.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, I mean that's their
if
choice.
their goal in life is to do like some speed runs or whatever,
Do they
then
make
just
money out
because
of it? I don't.
they're not hurting
No, they're
anybody.
not hurting anyone. I'm not saying like
They're
that's why I don't hate on them.
in my
Um,
opinion, they're wasting what they could be. But if that's what they want to do, if that's how they want to make a name for themselves, maybe they can make a name for themselves. I mean, just because it's virtual doesn't mean it's not real.
uh, I'm asking, do they make money out of it? Like, I'm not sure.
I got no idea. Maybe they do. I think it's mostly for the clout for it or for the bragging rights. It's just like
Uh,
it's kind of like a tournament, you know. Like
yeah.
you're competing against a bunch of other people, and you're competing against thousands of people, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of people, and
Hmm.
they're winning that. So I mean, it's my respect to them, my respect to the grind, but I think personally, I think making an impact on what is physically real
Right.
and what will impact the entirety of the human race or even the humans around you is much more important than something that is virtual because
Precisely my
that
point.
just stays on like it stays on a virtual reality. It is real. It is real, even though it's virtual reality. But it
How's
is
it
real
real?
because it's real because people can see it. People will spend their time on it.
Right, but doesn't make it real.
It is real because people can interact with it.
But like, what do you? Okay, let's say Mario Brothers record was 6 minutes something, and now you brought it down to 3 minute 50 seconds. How's not gonna help the world? or the society
It
or
won't help.
anyone
It,
else.
it won't help the world. It
So
won't
it's
help
unreal.
society. But
It's
Mario Brothers, the game, it's made a lot of people very happy.
yeah, as a kid, but like
No,
as
no,
a
no.
grown.
As there's always kids out there, so
No, yeah,
it'll
I'm not
always make
denying
people
that.
happy.
Yeah, but come on, think about it. These are all just pixels that you're moving from one place
Yes,
to
they
another.
are. They are. They are
So
just pixels.
you are defending them, but at the same time, you're not defending them.
No, because I don't agree with what they're doing. I'm just trying to defend them, bro.
Yeah, anyway, I think we should stop now because I have some more errands to do right now at this point. But
Got you,
uh,
got
yeah, it was so much fun to just talk to you over the
you.
for
Yeah,
this
of course, man.
podcast. And yeah, some great advice for the martial arts community. And then we're gonna spar soon, like when you're gonna get back on your diet, when you're
Oh,
gonna be
well,
making this
when
video.
I'm fresh, man, I'm gonna be teleported.
Yes, oh,
Ooh,
you're
you
gonna
ain't
be
even
quick
gonna
on
see
your
my
feet.
jab anymore. You're not even gonna see my jab.
You were fast. I give you that because when I sparred you last time, when you have lost your weight, you were fast for sure.
In the beginning, yeah. Then I started to
Yes,
slow down.
yes, of course, because you haven't eaten anything, so I know. But like we're gonna have sparring once after your birthday, once you're gonna be 24th, and then when you're fresh, when you've eaten, when you feel all good, we're gonna have a
So
sparring
going back
session.
to George's.
Yeah, on the Saturday we're gonna be at there, and then I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, you funny, bro. You're funny. You're funny. The first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna be so confident over there. You're just gonna eat a jab to the face, and you won't even see it coming.
Getting a jab to the face doesn't mean that I'm gonna lose it,
No, you're gonna
right?
eat many jabs to the face. That's the
We'll
first of
see.
many.
We'll see. All right.
Hey, by the way, my I won't be as heavy-handed anymore. I know a lot of people are complaining that I used to hit pretty hard.
I
That's
don't
just
know.
'cause
I'm not.
I was very heavy. But
I never felt it, but that's okay. I mean, we'll do. We'll go like 70, 80%, and then we'll just go from there.
yeah, dude, you're gonna eat punches you won't even see coming, bro. Like
Really?
I am extremely fast at 160.
And you think I'm not training? All
Oh, I know you're training.
right. So we'll
Like
see.
I've been fighting for I don't know 15 times longer than you.
That's true. But yeah, I can still beat you. Okay, so this podcast here is like the evidence that we both are saying that we're gonna fight, and then the next video I'm gonna upload of us is the sparring video, and let's see what happened in that.
Yeah, bring the tripod. You should start recording and like posting some stuff from the thing. And then
Yes,
you mind if I post like our sparring stuff on maybe like TikTok? I might make a new
do
TikTok
it,
account.
do it. I
Yeah.
don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll even post you kicking my ass if you do kick my ass also. I mean, I'm very unbiased about that stuff.
Yeah, you mean I'm definitely gonna kick your ass and then you're gonna post it? Okay.
You're gonna kick my ass for a solid like 3 seconds, alright? And then the rest of it is gonna be you running away from me even though I'm 40 pounds lighter than you.
Oh, you're saying the fight's gonna end in three
No, no, no,
seconds?
no.
Okay, all right.
You're gonna be running away from me even though I am 40 pounds lighter than you.
No, I'm gonna run away by having that titleship belt in my hand
No, no,
because the
no, no,
fight's
no,
gonna
no, no.
end in three seconds, so
There's
that's
no
okay.
belt over there. The only thing is these hands gonna be punching you in the face, all right? And you're gonna be running away because I'm gonna be too freaking quick, but I'm gonna catch up to you, and you're gonna eat an overhand right to the face. You're gonna be like, "What was that?" You're gonna be like, "Hold on, bro, hold on," and then you're gonna be over there woozy and all that, and then I'm gonna be dodging all of your punches because I'm too freaking quick, bro.
Sure, I'm gonna show you after the fight. I'm gonna show you this video, and then gonna show you the stuff that you said, and then I'll say, okay, so what do you think? Were you correct? No. Okay. All right. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
you're gonna be asking me that same question, except you're gonna be all slurred because you might have a concussion. No, no, actually, let's not hurt each other that bad, but.
No, that's okay. I know. I know. We're still friends, so I don't mind. I know this is good talk.
No, no, this is how this is how this is how sparring people like this
Exactly.
friendly talk for sparring people, all right? So you're gonna eat overhand right, and you're gonna be like, "What the heck just happened?" All right? I'm telling you, that's gonna happen sometime in that fight.
All right. I'm not gonna say any more, and then you'll see my hands. You'll meet my hands
I will see your hands. I'll see them missing like right past my face.
on
I
your
see
face.
one hand right here. You're like, "Whoa, what was that?" I may even pat your hand also.
Do we
Maybe
just
I'll put my
gonna
tap on
do?
the hand.
Do we gonna spar just the boxing, or you wanna spar the Muay Thai like with
I
kicks
can't
as
spar
well?
Muay Thai, bro. I'm pretty messed up.
All right,
My
just the
my knee's
boxing.
still messed up.
That's okay.
I need a little bit more than a week to for my knee to fully Actually, I mean, I don't think it's gonna be recovered from a very, very long time. But
No, no, no. Take your time. Take like 15 days, a month, whenever you feel comfortable, then just let me know and then.
we can start boxing for sure though.
For sure, boxing. Okay,
It's
all
gonna be
right.
good. It's after the thing is I heard like 1 week after you like start eating from a fast,
Mhm.
like all your strength just comes back to you so
Yes,
fast.
true. That's gonna be
Like
bad.
testosterone will like double. It'll
Good.
be double what you went against. Remember what happened during that sparring session? Imagine that testosterone from that doubled.
It will be still half of my strength, or maybe less than 1/10 of my strength, even if
But
you look at it.
how much do you bench?
How much do I bench? I honestly, I just go to my community gym. We don't have any bench press
Oh,
machines, so I just you have seen the gym, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We just have dumbbells. So the max dumbbell we have is 50 pounds, and I hardly do chest. I don't usually train my chest.
Okay.
I do a lot of like
Shoulders.
shoulder stuff. Yeah, I do a lot
Yeah,
of shoulder
as you
stuff, but
should.
I don't do, and I train a lot of my legs. So
You actually, since you're taller than most of the people that you spar, right?
yes,
Okay. Do a lot of dips.
dips, yes.
'Cause you're gonna be punching down.
I have this injury because of this. It always hurts. Like it's I'm fully recovered, but whenever I do dips, I could be very good with my left. I don't feel anything. But like as soon as I started doing some sort of like chest press or shoulder press or like dips, any of this pressing motion on this shoulder, it hurts. So
So rotate. That's a rotator injury.
yes.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
those are tough.
Yeah, so
I
it's
think that's
been
a ligament.
years.
Yeah.
I tore my whole back and my pectoral and my biceps. I think it was in 2018.
No, that's
So
worse.
since
That's worse. That's a
it's
ligament
been
injury.
recovered, I don't see any injury or anything, but still, uh, it still hurts.
If it still bugs you, that's a ligament. It's never gonna be the same
Could be
unless
that,
you
but
surgery.
I don't really care. I'm still more powerful than you, so we'll see.
You are. I'm gonna. You're probably gonna be stronger than me, but dude, you're gonna see speed that you've never seen before, bro.
You'll see speed.
You're gonna see speed that you've never seen before.
All right, your speed doesn't matter because I watch everything, I observe everything, and then I catch you in that speed. I'll match you. Actually, I
You
double
will
that
not. Okay,
speed.
you're not gonna match me. You're not gonna match me. I'll tell you that.
You bet?
I know.
Okay.
I don't need to
Just be-
bet, bro. I know. You
okay.
cannot match me in
All
speed.
right. We'll see.
You
We'll see.
cannot match me in speed.
We will see.
You will see. You're gonna feel actually.
All right, man.
But yeah, it's good talking to you for sure.
Yeah, good talking. All right. Thank you so much, Jared,
Yeah, of
for
course,
this
no problem.
video. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
And I'll see you at the gym.
yeah, you too, man.
All
Hey,
right.
I
Take
hope the
care.
recording saved.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right.
All right, you have a good night.
You too.